Hi guys, in this video we're going to be talking about media queries and mobile responsiveness. Alright, most of the times when building your website, how it looks on a desktop view is different from how it looks on a mobile view. Alright, how it looks from tablets might be different from how it looks from mobile as well. So what responsiveness does is that it makes our website presentable in all screen sizes. All right. For instance, this is the Buddhist Code Academy website, and if I should try to change to a smaller screen, you can see, yeah, you can see how it scales down and how everything is 100% responsive. All right. The navigation bar collapse and there's an hamburger icon over there on mobile screen, while on bigger screens with desktop and tablets the navigation bar remains. All right, you can also see how the images and the text and everything aligns. Right, so that is what we're going to be doing on this video. We would be designing this part of the Buddhist Code Academy website, and we are going to make sure everything is responsive. Right, so on mobile screen, the yeah on mobile screen, the navigation bar items will be disappeared and we have a hamburger icon there, right? Then also the content, the images and everything is going to be um, in a column flexbox, right? So on mobile screen, then scaling to desktop or um, tab screen, it's going to be properly aligned too, right? So by the end of this video you should know how to make your web page responsive on all screen sizes. So let's begin. So I have created my HTML page. I've created my style is empty, so I just give it give the body padding of 0, margin of 0, then the fourth family, then overflow x of hidden, so that we don't want our x-axis to flow for the body, right? Then I also have our font awesome, which we're going to be using for our hamburger icon, and it has been loaded here in our CSS as well. Then finally I have the image folder whereby will contain the logo and this person there. We're going to be needing them in the website. So let's go. We will be starting with the navigation bar, right? So let's give it a nav tag. And what do we have inside this nav? We have the image, right? So come here, image src image folder slash logo 1.png. Okay, then okay, this is it, right? Then we need these navigation bars there as well. So let's use our list, another list, li. So what do we have? Okay, we need our anchor tag, href, yeah, home, about, and contact us, right? Home. So let's copy it. About, and contact us. Then finally we have our login button. Good. So login. All right. Good. So the first thing we would need to do is to let's style our image. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is to display our navigation bar so that everything is going to be horizontal, right? Currently they are in the vertical axis, vertical view. Good. So I'm going to come here, nav, which is the nav element we're targeting, right? So I'm going to give it a display of flex, right? So yeah, everything is horizontal now, right? The next thing we need to do is justify content so that we can have them properly spaced. Justify content, we need space between so that everything can be properly separated, right? Then what else? Okay, we need margin, right? Good. So margin, always remember the margin starts from the top. We don't want 0 from the top. Then left, let's give it 40 pixels. Bottom, we also don't want anything at the bottom. And sorry, so for margin, it's the top is 0. We don't want any margin at the top, but at the right we need a margin, so let's give it 40 pixels. Remember, when giving this kind of margin, starts from the top, right, bottom and left. Bottom, we don't want any margin, and for the left we can give it 40 pixels, right? Okay, good. You can see it properly spaced. It's properly spaced. Okay, that's good. I can as well. So the next thing we would do is to style our individual elements, right? So let's come here, let's give the list. Let's style our another list. So I can come here, I want to target the nav and the list under the nav, right? So I can come here and target the under list first, right? So we can give it a list style of none, and so what this does is that it takes away those bullet points that were there, right? And let's give it a display of flex as well, right? So we can see that our items now have, they are horizontally inclined as well. Another thing we would need to do is to give a margin to the individual elements in the list, right? So we can target the now the list inside the nav, inside the another list, right? So UL and LI, let's give them margin of 15 pixels. Okay, then okay, yeah, let's see what the margin of 15 pixels can do. Okay, this is good. So let's target our anchor tag. So okay, our anchor tag is inside the A element, inside the li element rather. So I can come here, nav ULLIA, right? So from the nav element, we're entering inside the other list element, and inside the list element, and finally the anchor tag. So we can give our anchor tag a text decoration of none, right? And it should remove the underline in our anchor tag. All right. Another thing we can do is to give a color to the elements, right? So we can expect elements to get the color codes, right? So okay, this is what I need. And our anchor tag, we can give them color, this color. Okay, good. Then what else can we do? Okay, yeah, we can give You can create an active class so that each time on a page, or you can give a color. For instance, this one page, you can see it has the purple color. Is different from other navigation items, right? So I just need the pink. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so I can come down here and create a active color. This good. So in our home page, yeah, we can give this class of active, right? So coming here and refreshing, you can see its color has changed. So you can move the active class from home, you can take it to about. All right, and yeah, as you can see, it has changed as well. So let's take it back. Let's undo, take it back to home. Okay, good, we are getting somewhere. Then I want these items centralized, so I can as well come to my CSS and give this nav align items of center. All right, and you can see they are properly aligned. So the next thing we would need to do is to reduce the image size, right? So let's give it a class. Okay, I can just as well come here and give it a height of 50. All right, okay, good. We're getting somewhere. All right, so now let's tie this button. All right, so we go here and our button, we can give it a class of which class can we give? Let's say nav button, right? Okay, and you can come here to style it. All right, so let's first of all give it a background color of, yeah, this, our dark purple or whatever color it is, right? Then we can give it a color of white, right? So we need the text to be white, right? Then let's give it padding at the top. Let me give it 0. At the right, 20 pixels, bottom 0 or so, and left 20 pixels. So let's see. Okay, let's try to give it 20 around. Let's see. Too high. Not too high. So let's give it 10 and 10. Okay, we can work with this. Then I do not want this border shadow or anything relating to border, so I can give border to none. Good. Then finally, let's give it okay, so let's give it a border radius of let's try 20 pixels. All right, okay, we can work with this. So next, I think we have a background color. This navigation bar has a background color. All right, so let's inspect and see the background color. Box shadow. Okay, this is what we need. Good. So coming back here, I should give my nav a background color. Okay, good. I think I think what we can do now, the background color, as you can see, it's not the full screen. If I should change it to red, you can get what I mean. It's not the full screen, right? And we want the whole width to be a background color, to have a background color, right? So what we can do is, outside the nav, we can just give it a div. So because of the padding and margin we've given to the nav, so that's the reason that's the reason there is space outside and it's not 100% width. So what we can do is we can create a div outside the nav, right? What can we call it? So let's give it a class of main nav. All right, main navigation, or whatever. Then going back to our CSS, let me put it here, main nav. Then let me take the background color here and give it a width of 100%, right? So as you can see, we're no longer giving the navigation bar the background color, we're giving the container that is wrapping the navigation bar, we're giving the element that's wrapping the navigation bar a background color. So let's now give it the proper color, which was so let's give it the proper background color. Good. All right, so we are done with the navigation bar, right? It might not be perfect, but our main focus is mobile responsiveness here. So the next thing we would need to do is to design this part of the page, right? So let's give it a div. We can give it a class of container, right? So what is the first thing that we have? So first of all, is divided into two parts. The first part is all this text here: launching text explorer, elevating tech education, everything here. And the second part of this container is the image, right? So I'm going to because we're going to be working with flexbox in this part as well, so that we can display it to flex. So I would be wrapping them in different divs. So this is going to be the first part, which is here, everything about here, and the second part of the container, which will contain the image, is going to be here, right? So what's the first thing we have? Launching tech explorers. So I would be using h4, header 4 for that. Launching tech explorers, right? The next there is elevating tech education. I'll be using a h1 for that, elevating tech education. And what do we have? We have a long text, so I'll be using a paragraph for it, right? And finally we have a button as well. So I'm going to be creating the button, right? Get in touch. Okay, good. Then for the next part, we have an image, right? Source image slash person dot png. Good. So we've basically loaded everything we needed in this page. So let's refresh our own page, and as you can see, it's scattered. So let's start styling. So first of all, let's style our container, right? So let's style our container. Go in here, give it a class of dot container, right? And we need to change our background color to the main color, right? Okay. So the next thing we need to do is to give our elements padding. So let's say I want 60 pixels from the top, 60 from the right, 20 from bottom, and 60 from the left. Okay, you can see our element has shifted inside. Let's give it a width of 100%. So we don't want anything more. And finally, we can give it a display of flex. All right, good. So the next thing we need to do is to let's style our text. So I'm going to be styling our H4 first. That is launching tech explorers. This, all right. So I'm going to remove the padding, sorry, the margin from ours that is taking it. By default, headers have margin by default. So I need to give it my own custom margin. Let's give it 0. Okay. Then let's change our font size to 1.5, right? Because it's to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Then we need to change our color to white. So what we can do, basically, since we can't just give we can actually just give the color of white, but I prefer, if we're using multiple colors, we'll create a class for it, just where we created an active class. So I can give it a class of white and change the color to white, right? Then going back to our h4 tag, can give it a class of white. All right, good. I can also give, I think everything they have class of white. All right, so I can give all of that text class of white. All right, good. I'm very uncomfortable with this image, so let me just jump straight to styling the image. I want to reduce the height, so let's give it 450 pixels, and let's see. Okay, good. So the next thing we would do, let's style our h1 as well to make it bigger than this, right? So coming here, h1, again, I don't want the margin, so I'm going to give it a margin of 0. Let's give it a font size of 4.5. Okay, good. Then what else can we style? Our paragraph seems okay. So let's style our button, right? Let me give our button a class. So coming here, we can give it a class of, let's just say, touch button. Touch button, right? Good. So coming here, so what style can we give? We can change the background color to start with to this. Yeah, so this is the color we need. um, oh no, not that, not that, not that. Yeah, this color. Good. Perfect. Then we can change the color to white. We can, so let's give it a padding. I don't want anything at the top. 20 pixels left, 20 pixels at the right, 0 pixels down, and 20 pixels at the left. Okay. Let's give it a padding of 20 pixels at the top. I want double at the right, that's 40 pixels, then bottom 20 pixels, and finally 20 pixels at the left. Okay, that's no, 40 pixels at the left. Okay, that's fair enough. What else can we give? Let's give it a border radius of 20 pixels, right? Good. Then what else can we give? I do not want a border, so border should be none. Okay. We can work with this. We have a margin. Okay. There's a space between these two elements, launching tech experience and elevating tech education. We don't have that much in our own, so, and also there is a bigger space within elevating tech education and this text here down. So I can give my h1 and h4. I think we should change the padding. So top is 0, right? 0 pixels, 0 pixels. I just need the bottom of, let's give it 10 pixels, and down should be 0 pixels. Let's see. Let me try 20. Okay, let's try for h4 margin. Oh, sorry, we have it there already. 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 30 pixels, 0. Okay, fair enough. Good. So we have successfully replicated our Base Code Academy page. So okay, let's give this a margin. Let's give the button a margin top. Let me just give it straight to margin top of let's give it 15 pixels. Let's see. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're going to go back to our main aim of this tutorial, which is mobile responsiveness. All right, so if I should drop down this to a lesser screen, you can see it's not 100% responsive, right? It's still scrolling. Reducing it further even makes it worse, right? So while on our main website, you can see on mobile view, it's okay, on mobile view, yeah, you can see that it's perfect. We have the hamburger icon, the logo reduced, everything is dropped down, and yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on now. So basically what mobile responsiveness is about is how your website should be on mobile view, right? or tablet or whatever view you are on, or even desktop. We have different breakpoints for mobile responsiveness, and the common one for mobile screens, that is the smaller phones, is 768 pixels. All right. For tablet it's 1024 pixels, and for desktop is 1200 pixels. So when working on your responsiveness, you need to target screen size, right? So for mobile screen, um work on this style. For desktop, work on this style. For tablet, work on this style. All right. So let's code. And how you can start this is, so what we need to do first of all, we when our web page is on mobile, we want to show the hamburger icon. All right, not showing the whole navigation bar. All right. So to start your responsiveness, you need to start it with your media queries. You need the at media, right? Then you open and close your bracket. So what is inside the bracket is the screen size. All right. So you either have minimum width or maximum width. All right. So what we want is a max width. Since we're targeting the mobile view, we want a max width of 768 pixels, right? Then you open your curly braces for our to add our CSS. So what this does is that since the max width is 768 pixels, anything that falls below 768 pixels will follow the style that we are about to write. Okay, if we should change this to mean width of 768 pixels, it means any screen size that's above 768 pixels should fall inside the style we're about to write. So let's say for instance we have a mean width of 768 pixels. We can change our h1. Yeah, we can give it h1. We can change our color to red. All right. um, Important. Okay, good. So basically, coming down less than 768, it changes to white, and coming out of it changes to red. Good. So I'll be removing it, and so we want the maximum width. And what's the first thing we need there? We need, okay. So yeah, we okay, I can refresh. Good. Okay, I can take this away. So now I want to put our icon, our hamburger icon there, and we already have font awesome for it. And we wanted our navigation bar. So come here, my icon, give it a class FAFA bars, right? And we can see we already have the navigation. We already have the hamburger icon here. All right. So on mobile screen, I want to hide these elements and show only these. All right. So what we can do, the element we want to hide, we can give them a class. What should I give? Let me give this a class of desktop show, right? Because I want to show this on desktop, and also I want to show this on desktop, so I can add a class desktop show, right? Then I can give, since I want to show this icon on mobile, I can give it a class of mobile show. All right. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to any screen above the 768 pixels, we are going to show the desktop show. Yes, we're going to show, we're going to display it and for on our screen, while any screen that is less than or equal to 768 pixels, we are going to hide them. Yeah, we're going to hide them. And show the hamburger icon. Good. So we're still working on our responsiveness. So what I'm going to do is so I want to give our class of desktop show display of none. All right. Okay, this is 905. Let's take it to 700. As you can see, it has disappeared, and we have just the hamburger icon. All right. Then I can give dot mobile show. What was it? Mobile show display of block. Okay, good. So let's go a little bit. As you can see, it's hiding and showing. Good. So still on our mobile screen, so we need to set this. We need to display this our element inside the container. Everything is currently displaying as a flex direction of row, right? So we need to display it as a column, right? So coming here, I'm going to give, so everything is inside our container class. All right. So coming here, I'm going to give a dot container display of flex, right, and flex direction of column, right? So everything is going to fall down, and okay, good. Everything is going to fall down. Our x axis is still scrollable, so let's fix that. Good. Okay, let's first of all align the elements to center. Okay, text align of center. So our element is aligned to the middle, right? What else? Yeah, so we can work on our navigation bar. So it's this. So we can give it a padding as well. Padding. So yeah, we can give just the top and bottom. Let's give it 20 pixels and 0 pixels. So you see that you're using just one that affects all elements around, or you use two, and the first one is top and bottom, and the other one is left and right. Good. So we've achieved what we wanted. So as you can see, our front end is properly, our UI is mobile responsive, right? So when we're on mobile screen, the navigation bar, the items disappears, and we have a hamburger icon there, right? You can also see the elements are properly aligned to the web page. But if we should decide to scroll, you can see the hamburger is still displaying, right? So we need to hide it on desktop or tablet on a screen that is above 768. So what we can do is we'll come, okay, this is our first breakpoint, right? So we need to create another breakpoint which is at media. But this time we need a minimum width of 769 pixels, right? What we would need to do, what we can do is we can give our mobile show display of none, and we need the important because by default is not none. So yeah, you can see on smaller screens is there, right? Then on desktop it's gone, right? But our width exceeds the 100%, right? Because our body is not supposed to be scrollable on the x-axis. So this is where box sizing comes in, right? So here currently we have a width of 100%. So by default, the box sizing width is the width you give an element plus the padding it has and plus the border, right? So currently we have a width of 100% and we have this padding, right, of top right 60 and left 60, right? So if we should remove this padding, you can see it it's 100% back, but we need the padding there. All right, even if you should reduce the padding to 0 0 0, you can see it's back to 100%, right? But we need the padding actually. So what we can do is we can change the box sizing, right? So I can come here and give it container, right? Box sizing, give it a border box, right? So once you give an element a border box, 100% width means 100%. All right, so if I should come here and refresh, you can see it's no longer scrollable. All right, so with border box 100%, it's 100%, whether you add the padding, margin and all that, it does not affect the width of an element, right? So a better way, we can just give the whole element a border, a box sizing instead of just the container. So it's always advisable to just give it to the whole element. And scrolling up, we can come here and give it an asterisk and yeah, drop it here. So what this means is that it affects all elements, right? So not just the container, all elements. So um it might not just be this container, or might be working with more than one container, right? So it's always advisable to do this when starting your code. All right, so that is all for mobile responsiveness. Scrolling down, you can see everything is properly aligned, um, and also expanding into desktop view. See, we are good to go. All right, so see you in the next video.